Have you ever been in a situation where you knew you had to have a conversation that wouldn't be easy, the kind that makes your stomach tighten just thinking about it? Whether it's addressing a problem with someone close to you, standing up for yourself in a professional setting, or confronting someone who's wronged you, difficult conversations are unavoidable. But here's the truth: they don't have to be as intimidating as they seem, because as a Sigma, you possess the potential to navigate these moments with grace, clarity, and confidence. This is not about conflict or confrontation. It's about mastering the art of communication when the stakes are high and emotions are raw, and it starts with understanding your unique approach to handling pressure and human dynamics when it comes to difficult conversations. The first thing you need to recognize is the power of preparation. As a Sigma, you naturally thrive in moments where you've taken the time to reflect and gather your thoughts. Unlike others who might rush into these situations without a clear plan, you understand the importance of being intentional. Before entering a challenging discussion, think about your goals. What do you want to achieve? What is the message you need to deliver, and how do you want the other person to feel at the end of it? Clarity is your greatest ally here, because it prevents emotions from derailing the conversation and helps you stay grounded no matter what happens. One of the keys to handling difficult conversations is mastering your emotions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even defensive when tensions rise. But as a Sigma, you have the ability to remain calm and composed. Remember, emotions are contagious. If you bring calmness into the room, it's more likely to influence the other person and de-escalate the situation. Practice deep breathing or grounding techniques before the conversation begins, and remind yourself that staying calm doesn't mean being passive. It means staying in control. When you master your emotions, you also master the tone of the discussion, which is crucial for a productive outcome. Listening is another tool in your arsenal, but not just any kind of listening. It's about active listening, truly paying attention to what the other person is saying without interrupting or letting your mind wander. When someone feels hurt, they're less likely to be defensive and more willing to engage in a meaningful dialogue. As a Sigma, your ability to observe and process information gives you a natural edge here. Focus on their words, their tone, and even their body language. Sometimes what they don't say is just as important as what they do. And by showing them that you're genuinely listening, you create a space where trust and understanding can grow. One of the most powerful strategies you can use is asking questions, instead of jumping to conclusions or making accusations. Ask open-ended questions that encourage the other person to share their perspective. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could ask, "What do you think we could do to communicate better?" Questions like these shift the focus from blame to collaboration, and they show the other person that you're interested in finding a solution, not just pointing out problems. As a Sigma, your curiosity and analytical nature make you especially skilled at asking the right questions. Use this to your advantage to guide the conversation in a positive direction. While listening and asking questions are vital, don't forget the importance of expressing yourself clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean being aggressive or overpowering. It means being honest about your feelings and needs while respecting the other person's perspective. Use I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For example, instead of saying, "You're always late," you could say, "I feel frustrated when our plans get delayed because punctuality is important to me." This small shift in language can make a big difference in how your message is received, and it sets the tone for a more constructive conversation. Timing and setting also play a critical role in difficult conversations. As a Sigma, you're naturally attuned to reading situations and knowing when the moment is right. Avoid bringing up sensitive topics when emotions are already running high or when the other person is distracted. Instead, choose a time and place where both of you can focus without interruptions. A private and neutral setting works best because it allows both parties to feel safe and respected. By being mindful of the environment, you set the stage for a conversation that's more likely to succeed. It's also important to manage expectations. Not every difficult conversation will lead to an immediate resolution, and that's okay. Sometimes, the goal is simply to open the lines of communication or plant the seed for future discussions. As a Sigma, you understand the value of patience and persistence. Focus on progress rather than perfection. Even small steps toward understanding can make a big difference over time. And remember, the way you handle yourself during these conversations says more about you than the outcome itself. Integrity and self-respect are what truly define your success in these moments. Empathy is another cornerstone of mastering difficult conversations. Even when you disagree with someone, try to see the situation from their perspective. What might they be feeling? What experiences or beliefs are shaping their reactions? When you approach the conversation with empathy, You create an atmosphere of respect and openness, and this makes it easier for the other person to lower their defenses and meet you halfway. As a Sigma, your ability to think deeply and analyze situations allows you to tap into empathy in a way that feels authentic and genuine. And this is a gift that can transform even the toughest discussions. Finally, don't forget the importance of follow-up. After the conversation, take a moment to reflect on what went well and what could have been handled differently. If the discussion led to an agreement or plan of action, follow through on your commitments to show that you're serious about making progress. And if there are unresolved issues, be willing to revisit the conversation when the time is right. As a Sigma, your dedication to self-improvement and growth ensures that every difficult conversation is an opportunity to learn and strengthen your relationships. Remember, mastering difficult conversations is not about winning or losing. It's about building bridges, understanding others, and staying true to yourself. The Sigma way is about approaching these moments with wisdom, courage, and authenticity. And when you do, you'll find that even the most challenging discussions can lead to deeper connections and greater respect. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share because you will learn tons of information in the next video.